In Canada, many groups receive help from social programs and benefits such as families and individuals with low or modest incomes, students, adults 65 years and older, persons with disabilities, newcomers. The taxes we pay to the government help pay for the programs and services it offers. This includes benefits and credits. The Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA, processes tax returns and collects taxes, but also administers certain benefits and credits. The CRA issues benefits and credits in different ways, such as one-time payments, regularly issued payments either monthly or quarterly. Tax credits you claim when you do your taxes. These benefit and credit payments can help people in different situations, including students paying their tuition, families paying for childcare and food, seniors paying for their medication, low-income working individuals paying their rent, newcomers paying for costs related to settling in Canada. Here's a quick tip. The CRA will calculate your benefit and credit payments using information from your income tax and benefit return, and it will notify you about the amounts you are entitled to receive for a tax year. This is why it is important to do your taxes every year, even if you had no income or your income was tax exempt. If you have a spouse or common law partner, they must also do their taxes every year. The CRA also administers many provincial and territorial programs. Payments from the programs are often combined with the federal payments, although some are issued separately. This lesson covers the most common benefits and credits administered by the CRA. If you are new to Canada, you should check your eligibility and apply for benefit and credit payments as soon as you arrive. If you have questions, contact the CRA. The Canada Child Benefit, or CCB, is a tax-free payment that helps families with the cost of raising children under 18 years of age. People who receive the CCB can use their payments to help pay for products and services like housing, food, daycare, diapers, clothing. The CRA sends CCB payments once a month, usually on the 20th, to the person responsible for caring for the child. These payments include amounts from related provincial and territorial programs with the exception of Quebec. If your child is eligible for the disability tax credit, your CCB payments may also include the child disability benefit. You must also meet other criteria related to your citizenship and residency status. If you have questions, contact the CRA. Generally, you should apply for the CCB as soon as your child is born or a child starts to live with you. Fast fact: you do not need to be the child's birth parent to receive CCB payments as long as you meet all the criteria. For example, you could receive CCB payments for your sibling, your niece or nephew, your grandchild, or a child unrelated to you, like a friend's child. You can apply for the CCB using the automated benefits application online, through My Account, or by mail using Form RC66, Canada Child Benefits Application. If the child started to live with you more than 11 months ago, you need to provide supporting documents. The CRA needs time to process your application. Goods and Services Tax, also known as GST, and Harmonized Sales Tax, or HST Credit. One of the most common taxes you pay is income tax, but you also pay sales tax when you buy goods and services. Individuals living in the same province or territory will pay the same amount of sales tax on items bought, regardless of their income. The Goods and Services Tax, or Harmonized Sales Tax, credit helps individuals and families with low or modest incomes offset the sales tax they pay. The GST-HST credit is a tax-free payment that eligible individuals receive every 3 months, usually on the 5th of July, October, January, and April. These payments include amounts from related provincial and territorial programs. You can generally receive GST-HST credit payments once you turn 19. Remember, if you have a spouse or common law partner, only one of you can get the GST-HST credit for the family. The payment amount is the same no matter who gets it. Applying for the GST-HST credit. You don't need to apply for the GST-HST credit. To receive it, you must simply do your taxes. The CRA uses information from your return to see if you are eligible. The CRA calculates your GST/HST credit payments using your net income. You don't need to submit any documents showing the amount of GST/HST you actually paid during the year. Here's a tip for you. You should do your taxes the year before you turn 19, so that the CRA can calculate your GST/HST payments as soon as you're old enough to receive them. The Canada Workers' Benefit, or CWB, helps give a financial boost to individuals and families working and earning a low income. The CWB can help with the cost of things like transportation to work, clothes for work, and supplies for work. The CWB includes a basic amount and a disability supplement if you are eligible for the disability tax credit. The amount you can receive for the CWB depends on your income and where you live. Here's a tip. You don't qualify for the CWB if you are a full-time student for more than 13 weeks in the year, unless you have an eligible dependent. You claim the CWB as a refundable tax credit when you do your taxes. Advanced Canada Workers' Benefit, or ACWB. The Advanced Canada Workers' Benefit is an advance payment of the Canada Workers' Benefit. If you are eligible for the CWB when you do your taxes for the previous year, the CRA will automatically calculate and issue the ACWB for the current year. You are no longer required to apply for this benefit using the form RC 201, Canada Workers' Benefit Payments. Eligible individuals receive the payments in July, October, and January. To receive the advance payments, the CRA must receive your income tax and benefit return for the previous year before November 1st of the current year. Canada Carbon Rebate, or CCR, formerly known as the Climate Action Incentive Payment. The Canada Carbon Rebate is a tax-free benefit paid to help individuals and families with the cost of the federal pollution pricing. The benefit includes a basic amount and a supplement for residents of small and rural communities. The CCR is available to residents of Alberta, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Island and Saskatchewan. The CRA sends CCR payments in April, July, October and January. You can generally start receiving the CCR once you turn 19. You don't need to apply for the CCR. The CRA uses information from your tax return to see if you are eligible. New to Canada, if you are a resident of Canada for tax purposes, you can apply for the CCR using the method that applies to you. To apply for the CCR, fill out and sign Form RC 151, GST/HST Credit and Canada Carbon Rebate application for individuals who become residents of Canada. You will only use this form to apply for the CCR if you are not eligible to apply for the CCB, for example, if you don't have children or if you do have a child, but you don't yet meet the other requirements for the CCB. If you are eligible for the CCB, you should fill out the CCB application. When you apply for the CCB, you also apply for all child and family benefit payments, as well as for the GST/HST credit and the CCR at once. Fast fact: when you apply for the GST/HST credit, the Canada Child Benefit will be automatically calculated for you. The Disability Tax Credit, or DTC, is a non-refundable tax credit. The DTC helps people with physical or mental impairments reduce the income tax they may have to pay. The DTC helps offset the costs related to an impairment, such as medication and equipment, home accessibility expenses, specialist fees, and travel to appointments. You may also be able to transfer your DTC to a supporting family member if they provide you with things like food, shelter, or clothing. A family member who provides one or more of the basic necessities of life to the individual with the impairment can benefit from this transfer. Being eligible for the DTC opens the door to other federal, provincial, or territorial programs, such as the Registered Disability Savings Plan, RDSP, the Canada Workers' Benefit, and the Child Disability Benefit. You may apply for the DTC anytime during the year. You must complete Part A of Form T 2201 Disability Tax Credit Certificate, either using the digital form or the paper form. a medical practitioner must complete Part B of that form. The form may be submitted to the CRA digitally or by mail.